Greetings, this is Doc Ock coming at you live and direct from Black Facts Headquarters Central this evening with another installment of Doc Ock at noon and 9. And as I stated a little bit earlier, anything that can go wrong will go wrong, and it just did because I hit the wrong button over here. Been having problems with Facebook all day, as you all have probably heard on the news. So let me see. Nope, that won't do it either. Okay, I guess I have to start that one over again. Dang, I hate when that happens. All right, at any rate, the proverb for today, I've already stated it. Whatever can go wrong will go wrong, and apparently it is going wrong as I speak. So trying to get ourselves back together again. We always try to plan for contingencies, as many as we can, but some things still can catch you just slightly off guard. And we had that happen to us today, and we're still kind of in recovery here. So bear with us for a minute. We'll be right with you. Meanwhile, while you're bearing with us, go ahead and give us a like if you're watching on Facebook. Give us a thumbs up if you're watching on YouTube. And then go ahead and share the word far and wide about Black Facts, because we're not trying to hide. Not even one bit. And there we go. Now, we're back on the air again there. Okay, it looks a little different, but it'll still work. Meanwhile, oh, and this one over here. I see that one's not on top of it. Now, okay. Man. Okay. Takes a feat of prestidigitation to try to keep all these things together here. Well, we're going to do the best we can. We hope you do the same. Everybody that has a plan also knows you got to have a backup plan, or 2 or 3, and maybe even 4. So since we've already done our proverb of the night, and we've already done our little intro, then we're ready to go ahead and see if we can't finish our story tonight. This story is much longer than what I recall it being. Wow, man, Jackie Torrance tells these stories. Stories goes on forever, considering the fact that the pages are the letters are as big as they are, and the pages are as big as they are. She's crammed a lot in here. All right, so we're doing this. We're continuing on with the story of Soldier Jack. Soldier Jack, and I don't know what's going on over here either. Something else is going on over here. See if I can load up my the slideshow here. Yeah, okay, and it's having problems tonight too. Pitiful, pitiful. Well, I'm going to let the slideshow continue loading, and we'll just go ahead and read the story without the slideshows. You just have to use your imagination. So Jack was a soldier in the army. He gets out of the army. He goes up the street, and he stops by this man's house, and the man tells him that he has a special glass to give him. And he said, Jack looked up in it, and he looked down in it, and then he said, "This ain't made for drinking, is it?" "Oh no," the man said. "All you do is just pour fresh spring water down into this glass and look in it, and you can see the death angel anywhere it stands." "Ooh," Jack said. "Why would I want to see the death angel?" And the man said, "You never know. You never know." Jack said, "You give it to me. I'm going to keep it. So Jack put the glass in his pocket, said goodbye to the old man, and he went on his way. When he rounded a curve in the road, he saw a boarding house up ahead. This is where I will spend the night, Jack said. He knocked on the door, and a woman opened it. Yes? What is it? Jack said, ma'am, I just got out of the army. See my new suit? I'm Jack. And I don't have no money, he said, but could I spend the night here? So the woman says to him, well, this here is a boarding house, she said. If you have no money, you don't have a place to stay. Now get out of here. Oh, ma'am, please, Jack said. I'm just so. But the woman said, nope, I don't take nobody in my boarding house who hasn't got any money. Now get out of here. And she slammed the door. Well, Jack said, I thought I might have to sleep in the woods. He followed a fence that went deep into the woods and put some leaves around a post. He settled back and closed his eyes, but just as Jack was trying to sleep, he heard a strange noise. He opened one eye, and then he opened the other eye. And there, seated on the fence just above Jack, were 7 great, big, fat turkeys. Wild turkeys. Jack said, look at that. He opened his coat, unwound that string from around his gallows button, opened that sack, pointed it in the direction of the turkeys, and said, wickety whack, get into my sack. One by one, all 7 of them great big fat turkeys leaped into Jack's sack. Jack quickly tied it up, leaped over the fence, and ran back to the boarding house. He knocked on the door, and the woman said, it's you again. Get on out of here. Jack said, lady, look in this sack. She grabbed the sack, and she looked in it. Ha ha! It's turkeys in there, she said. Jack said, do you want them? She said, do I want them? I need them. I don't ever have enough turkeys. If you give me them turkeys, I'll pay you for them. She weighed the turkeys and paid Jack enough to spend the night in the boarding house, eat supper, get up in the morning and eat breakfast, and have some change left over. The next morning, Jack said, this is a real nice town. I'll bet you I can find me a nice house to live in. The woman said, well, if you don't, come back, ha ha, and bring me some more of them turkeys. Well, Jack went looking. He searched all day long in the town for a nice house. He went into the caves. He went up all the mountains, but he couldn't find a house. He was coming back to the boarding house again when he saw a man standing in front of his huge house. It was the biggest house Jack had ever seen in his entire life. It was so big, it looked like a castle. Jack thought, I ain't never seen a house so beautiful. And he walked up to the man. And he said, sir, this is a beautiful house, ain't it? And the man said, yes, it is. Yep, it is. Reminds me of the kind of house where a king and a queen would live. Jack said, and the man said, yep, you're right. Jack said, who lives in a house as fine as this? And the man said, nobody. Jack said, do you mean this house is empty? And the man said, yep, it is. Ooh, Jack said, then it's for sale. The man said, nope, it isn't. Jack said, well, if it ain't for sale, can I rent it? And the man said, Jack said, I can't rent the house. I can't buy the house. Who owns this house? The man said, I do. Jack said, you own the house and I can't rent it and you're not going to let me buy it. The man said, I'll give it to you. Jack said, no, you wouldn't give me this big old pretty house. What do I do to get it? The man said, just spend one night in it. Jack said, one night? Spend one night in it? That's all? What's wrong with this house? The man said, it's hainted. Jack said, hainted? Hainted with wood. The man said, haints. Jack said, haints? What kind of haints? Damn it. Thing still ain't on. Now, where was I at? Little old bitty green ones. Jack said, I never seen a green haint before. The man said, well, they's in there. If you go in, they'll eat you up and you'll be a green haint too. Jack said, well, let me tell you, I ain't never been scared of haints, green or otherwise, he said. I'm going in there and I'm going to spend the night. This house is going to be mine tomorrow. The man said, let me give you a little advice. Do you have anything to eat? Jack said, well, I was going to ask you if you could provide a picnic lunch for me and maybe a corncob pipe with some tobacco to smoke. The man said, let me give you more advice. You better eat that picnic lunch before 9 o'clock and smoke that pipe before 10 and get all your sleeping done before 12, because after that, them haints are going to eat you up. Jack said, let me be the judge of that, thank you. So the man brought him the picnic lunch and a corncob pipe and a quilt to sleep on too. Then the man left the house and locked the door, and Jack could hear him going down the road. And Jack said, uh-oh. But Jack didn't let on that he was scared. He reached into the picnic basket and got the pipe. He began to pack tobacco in it. And then he scratched a match and was trying to light that pipe. But you know, if you've ever smoked a corncob pipe, them brand new ones, they don't puff easily. So Jack emptied that pipe with a knife, trying to find out what was keeping it from puffing. As he was cleaning it out, he heard something say, way down in the cellar. And it sounded like it was saying, ooh, ha, 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 ha. And Jack said, uh-oh. But he didn't let it on like he was scared. He just kept cleaning that pipe. Then after a while, he heard something again, way up in the attic. Whoop, whoop, ha, 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 ha. And Jack said, oh no. But he kept on cleaning that pipe. Then after a while, he heard a great big roaring sound. Something roaring down the chimney. Whoosh! And suddenly, right there before Jack, rolled a great big old green ball, and out of the middle of that green ball popped 7 green haints. Jack could say nothing, but how do you do? What are you doing in this house? They said. Jack said, I'm going to spend the night in this house. And when I spent the night, this house is going to be mine. And the haint said, no, it ain't. Because we're going to eat you up tonight. Jack said, I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared. You ain't going to run me off. I ain't scared of haints. I just ain't scared of them. Well, the haint saw that Jack was not afraid, so they knew they'd have to do something to get their house back. So they all got in a huddle and they started talking. And then they talked some more. Mumbly, 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 mumbly. The head haint kept looking back at Jack. They decided what to do. The head Hank said, all right, seeing as how you ain't scared of us, we're going to play a game of cards with you. Jack said, well, all right. If we win, we're going to eat you up, the Hank said. I've been in the Army for 10 years, Jack said. I learned to play cards real good. Real good. I ain't scared of y'all. And they said, well, good. Because you're going to need all them skills that you got. What if I win, says Jack. We still going to eat you up. Jack said, that sounds fair. So they all sat down, and the Hanks commenced to putting great big stacks of yellow gold nuggets in front of them on the table. Now, wait, Jack said, I can't play cards. I don't have anything in my pocket but a few pennies. They said, we'll give you some gold. And all 7 Hanks stood up, held their fingers out, and they made stacks and piles of gold all over the floor. They gave Jack half and kept the other half. And this was how the game went. And right about now, our time is up. So, wickety whack. It's time for y'all to jump back in that sack and close your little eyes as you lay your little head on your little pillow, on your little bed, while you wait on that sun to rise. And when those sunbeams come beaming down on your eyes, you'll know that it's time for you to rise and shine, oh chillin' of mine. Well, at least we made it through part of this story tonight. We still had more technical difficulties to deal with from every single direction. I got 3 devices I'm using here, and each and every one of them's had a glitch in it tonight. But we made it through the story regardless of that. So I hope y'all caught the gist of this story about Soldier Jack and them Hanks. And we're going to come back to that tomorrow and finish up with them Hanks. Now, all you folks, all you adults out there that were looking for me today at noon and didn't see me, as I said, anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And we had massive technical difficulties with Facebook. And then we had a user's error on YouTube. And between the two, I don't believe I showed up today. I was here. I did what I said I was going to do, but I don't think you saw it. So I'm going to try and do a reprise of that as soon as I get done with this one. So we'll just have to do 2 tonight. And in the meanwhile, I hope all of y'all are feeling right and not feeling too uptight to go ahead and make a small donation to Black Facts right now. Do it on Facebook before they take it back down. It seems there may be some bumps in the road of Facebook as they've been carrying our load. So we're going to make a few changes around here and start shifting things more onto our website. If you're not on our website yet, it's about time you found our website. The link is right below if you're looking at us on Facebook. Otherwise, just go to www.blakfacts.org. And in the meantime, we're going to go ahead and break free because it's time to go. We are already overdue. So we will look for you tomorrow with no sorrow. In the meantime, don't beg, don't borrow, and please don't steal. Just be for real.